TB Joshua was born on June 12, 1963, in Ondo State, Nigeria, around 260 kilometers from Lagos. Temitope Balogun Joshua is the full name of TB Joshua, who was born in a Yoruba land. His father, Kolawole Balogun, was a well-educated guy who worked as a Yoruba-to-English translator for the British in Nigeria. TB Joshua was educated at an Anglican elementary school. After school, his father and mother drove him to the back of the school, where he lived with an Anglican priest. He used to read the entire Bible every 2 months as a kid, from Genesis to Revelation. It was the only issue in which he had such strong feelings. It was as if Bible was the only subject in primary school that he was interested in. He consistently received a perfect score on tests, but struggled in other courses. His superior Bible knowledge influenced his bad performance in other subjects. TB Joshua had a happy childhood and was well fed until his father died when he was still in primary school at St. Andrew's Anglican. Following his father's death, the family's financial situation deteriorated. TB Joshua was then given to his stern Muslim uncle, his mother's brother. His uncle enrolled TB Joshua in a stringent Muslim secondary school after he graduated from primary school. He was not permitted to read the Bible at the Muslim school. That was a tough pill for him to swallow. During school breaks, though, he frequently hides underneath a mango tree to study the Bible. And as a result of these obstacles, he was unable to complete his secondary education. As a result, he dropped out of school. His life was in jeopardy, so he had to flee. He had a feeling that because he was doing this in secret, something bad would happen to him one day. So he moved from Ondo State to Lagos, where he found work as a poultry attendant. His job entailed hand-scrubbing chicken droppings and placing them in bags for use as manure. Chickens would drop new droppings all over his body while he was scrubbing the droppings on top. He claims that as a result of this, his body odor was offensive, and that flies followed him around Lagos as he went around. For a year, he worked as a poultry attendant. He claims that no Nigerian could undertake such lowly work and that only Ghanaians could do it. He returned to school using the money he earned from his employment. Things began to alter for him at this point. A class was in session one day, with the teacher standing in the middle of the room. Then, all of a sudden, a lunatic entered the classroom, and all of the pupils and the teacher bolted. Because the maniac was known to be violent, those who had fled outdoors were frightened for his safety. However, he prayed, and the insane man became peaceful. People at the school and in the neighborhood began to refer to him as a miniature pastor. During school assemblies, the school principal will summon him to begin the day's activities with a few scriptures and prayer. This is where he first became aware of God's presence on me, he says. People flocked to him to be prayed for after hearing the news. The Synagogue Church of All Nations and Emmanuel TV, one of Africa's major Christian television networks, sprang out of these humble beginnings. Emmanuel TV is a Nigerian Christian television network based in Lagos. TB Joshua, the pastor of the Synagogue, Church of All Nations, SCOAN, in Lagos, Nigeria, formed it. With over 1 million followers as of January 2019, it is also the most subscribed Christian ministry channel on YouTube. Due to the dissemination of video cassettes featuring portions of Joshua's early ministry and reported miracles, SCOAN began to garner international prominence in the late 1990s. Joshua also began airing regular shows on local Nigerian television professing to show miracles. However, when Nigeria's National Broadcasting Commission (NBC), acting on the orders of then-President Olusegun Obasanjo, death of TB Joshua, the official social media page of the Synagogue Church of All Nations, SCOAN, acknowledges Prophet TB Joshua's death on June 6, 2021. Prophet TB Joshua last words. And it's only a week before his 58th birthday, which is set for June 12. According to the Post, Prophet TB Joshua addresses during the Emmanuel TV Partners meeting on Saturday, June 5, 2021, and says, "There's enough time for everything. Time to arrive here for prayer and time to go after the service." According to family reports, TB Joshua died on Saturday after attending a church service. Mourners and followers gather at the headquarters of the Synagogue Church in Lagos to grieve.